Greetings viewers, JLB, back with another installment of Animation News Update. And this time, I got some really important news concerning the brand that sponsors this hat. That's right, I'm talking Nickelodeon. And this is definitely the biggest Nickelodeon news we've had for a long time. So without further ado, let's get started. So I was browsing through YouTube one day when I noticed Andre Meadows, aka Black Nerd Comedy, who is definitely one of the best nostalgic reviewer that I've ever seen. Definitely check out his channel. He's worth it. I was browsing through YouTube one day when I saw a video that he made talking about Nickelodeon and Netflix. And in all honesty, what he said blew me away. You see, Nickelodeon and Netflix, about 4 or 5 days ago or so, had just recently struck up a new multi-year deal to bring their content over to Netflix. This is huge in a few ways. You see, not only is Nickelodeon going to bring in new IPs, or in projects, from their development studio over to Netflix to put them there, but they might also bring in the Nicktoons library and either revamp them like they did with Rocko's Modern Life and Invader Zim. Sorry, had a little bit of minor interruptions, but that won't happen again. Anyway, not only is this going to be big for new IPs, but also the original Nicktoons library, because for some of you who have Netflix like I do, you've probably heard of or maybe seen Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling, or the new Invader Zim special that they recently put on Netflix. But I'm thinking that this might go a little bit further, considering the fact that, well, Netflix and Nickelodeon had a bit of a falling out way back, who knows when. But this is definitely a godsend, because we could possibly see a return of the Nicktoons to Netflix. I'm talking the classic Nick stuff. I'm talking Doug, Ren and Stimpy, Hey Arnold, Rugrats, Ah Real Monsters, Angry Beavers, As Told by Ginger, The Wild Thornberrys, all the classic Nicktoons characters. And maybe, just maybe, we might see even more Nick stuff come out. Like the modern stuff from today's era. I mean, they've already got some live action stuff on Netflix already, but I'm talking about shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender, or maybe Henry Danger, for those of you who like Henry Danger. Or some of the older Nick stuff from way back when, like Are You Afraid of the Dark? Or, even better, You Can't Do That on Television. How many of you out there grew up with... How many of you out there grew up with You Can't Do That on Television? Ah, yes, I see you over there. And you over there in the tall black hat. I see you. Anyway, it could be possible that Nickelodeon could open up their archives, their Nickelodeon vault, if you will, and bring out the entire Nickelodeon library from their past as well as their present. Bring shows like Lazy Town, maybe the old classic Blue's Clues series, maybe the Backyardigans, Avatar: The Last Airbender, you name it. And maybe, just maybe, there might be a chance that it might appear on Netflix, which could prove useful because Nickelodeon and Netflix have made this deal specifically to combat the newer upcoming streaming services like Disney Plus and HBO Max. Now, I say Disney Plus simply because, well, it recently launched and it's got every Disney show and movie out there. And HBO Max because they're going to have a whole bunch of Hanna-Barbera stuff when they eventually launch their streaming service. So I think this is definitely something worth waiting for and hoping for to see what they have. Now, about the fan base. The fans of old Nickelodeon and new Nickelodeon might find that they can associate Netflix with Nickelodeon or Nickelodeon with Netflix when they think about streaming services. Like how people associate Star Wars, Marvel, and Disney with Disney Plus, they will associate Nickelodeon with Netflix when thinking about their favorite streaming services. So you have special options. You can either watch The Loud House or SpongeBob SquarePants on television, or you can find episodes of The Loud House and SpongeBob that recently aired on Nickelodeon. Or if you're a fan like Andre or myself, find the newest episodes of Power Rangers, Beast Morphers that is, and watch them there. And considering that Netflix and Hasbro are already in cahoots, and Hasbro already has the license for Power Rangers Beast Morpher toys, well, Hasbro pretty much bought the entire Power Rangers license outright. Basically, Netflix has become the home of the Power Rangers. So could it be possible that Netflix becomes the home of Nickelodeon? Could be possible. But we're not done yet. We have one more item to discuss. Now, while streaming through YouTube, I also found a trailer for a new upcoming Nickelodeon movie that's coming out. A new 3D CGI animated movie. And it's called SpongeBob, and it's a new SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I think it's called Sponge on the Run. And pretty much, it's basically going sort of down the route that fans of the original, including the creator of SpongeBob, didn't want to go down, with seeing how SpongeBob met his friends. And yet it's not really doing that. It's sort of going down the route of how SpongeBob and Gary, his pet snail, met. But the movie's coming out in 2020, so we're going to have to wait until further details about the movie to see. But I can say that, well, they basically made an underwater version of Atlantic City. And that's basically probably going to draw a little bit of either great fan reaction or poor fan reaction. Either way, we'll have to wait until 2020 to learn more about the new upcoming SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Sponge on the Run. But until then, this has been Animation News Update. Thank you for joining me.